I saw an interesting statement from Dr. Bruce Lipton the other day, and I'm paraphrasing here because I can't exactly remember how he said it, but what he was alluding to was the fact that everybody in the world is born with the same amount of power. And yet when you look at the world, you see that there are those who are very powerful, and you have other people, the little people, who really have no power at all. So you wonder, how did these people become so powerful, and these people lose so much power? And that's the trick. The way the powerful people became powerful was by taking the power away from others. And it will only be when people realize that we are all just as powerful as each other, and we begin to reclaim the power that is rightfully ours, then things will happen. Consciousness will evolve. Humanity will get itself back onto the right track again. That's the problem. That's what we've done, folks, is we've given our power away to others. And with this whole climate change scam, what those in power are doing are taking away what little power we, the people, have left. And we, the people, are willingly giving them that power in the hope that they will save us from a complete fiction, a fear-mongering campaign. That's all it is, folks. It's simply fear-mongering, the whole thing. It's a naturally occurring cycle. But anyway, I suppose I've probably been going on a little bit about global warming and about the climate change fraud and about the Copenhagen Treaty for the last couple of weeks. But I've been doing so because it's very important, folks. This is the big one. This is the big event. This is the time that we won or lost. We need to ensure that this type of treaty is never signed, and if it is signed, we need to let our leaders know that we do not intend to honour it, and that we intend to hold them accountable for the signing of this treaty. Because this is treason, pure and simple. It's nothing else. I'm sure that all countries have laws in place, and you will find, if you look up the treason laws for your country, you will find that any attempt to hand control of your country over to a foreign power is high treason of the most serious kind. And that may be why they removed the word government from the new revised version of the Copenhagen Treaty. But still, when you look at this treaty, that's exactly what it is, folks. It's a global governing body. So I'll try to get things on a little bit more of a positive note for the final half hour of the show. Like I said, I've only really been staying on this issue and trying to push the point home in the hope that maybe I'll reach one or two more ears with this issue, simply because it is so important. And you poor folks have probably been sitting out there thinking, oh my God, he is babbling again. Well, I do tend to babble a bit lately, folks. Get a bit bothering, some of these issues that we're facing. I really do get frustrated. I'm sick to death of the criminals who are running this place. I'm really sick of the actions that they perpetrate upon the people of the world all the time. I'm sick to death of this corrupt monetary system being in place. And I'm sick to death of this brainwashing, ridiculous, controlled media that the poor people of the world are subjected to. I can just see so clearly how easy it would be to fix all the problems the world faces simply by having the place run by honest people, and simply by doing the right thing in all that you do. To me, it really does seem simple, and it gets enormously frustrating sometimes that the world just continues to lumber along in this dysfunctional manner, thousands of people dying every day, the environment being trashed all the time, and now they are using that in order to bring about a global police state, which is also completely unnecessary, and it's being done by the very same people who cause all the problems. I really do find that to be a source of frustration, and many people simply refuse to see this simply because they refuse to look at things for themselves and to retain a little bit of objectivity when doing so. So anyway, as I said, I'll try to get things on a little bit more of a positive note for the final 30 minutes of this show. I think we are coming up to break time now, so I'll leave it there for now, and we'll go and have a break, and I'll talk to you in a few minutes. Thanks for listening. Welcome back, folks. Now, continuing along a little bit more with Copenhagen, you've got to understand these people, folks. I mean, honestly, you've got to feel a little bit sorry for them, because what they are doing is so obvious. It really is so obvious what these people are doing. And it's quite obvious that other people are also waking up to the fact that these people are doing the wrong thing and that global warming is a scam. Now, earlier in the show, I said to you that the whole climate summit, the whole Copenhagen Treaty, the whole global government that's been put in place, this whole thing is going to be run by the International Monetary Fund and World Bank. And this has always been quite obvious to many of us, because when you stand back and look at things, you can see how the United Nations was simply puppeteered into place by the global financial system. The whole of World War II, the Nazis, all of these things that happened have all been puppeteered by the global financial system. It's the banking system, the controllers of the banking system, that basically run the whole show. They always have. All through modern history, this is how it's been done. But what we're finding now, just a few days ago, there was a document leaked called the Danish text. And this document has shown clearly that it will be the International Monetary Fund and the World Bank that will be running the whole show. Now, many of the countries that were expected to sign this document were third world countries, underdeveloped countries, because they believed that there was going to be some financial benefit by them signing into this treaty. But now these countries can see that this system is going to actually be run by the International Monetary Fund and World Bank, and these underdeveloped nations understand very clearly the damage that these organizations can do, simply because it is these organizations that created the third world to start with. Everything was fine, folks, before the monetary system went and spread its tentacles out around the globe. The monetary system, and through the control of money and the control of resources in certain countries, the monetary system and the controllers of that system is what has created all of the turmoil in the world. All of the underdeveloped nations, all of the starvation, all of the homelessness, everything, all the wars, all the problems that we've faced. This has all been done. It's all been orchestrated by the controllers of the monetary system. If you just sit back and think about it, folks, just sit back and think how this runs. And as I've often said, go and meet people from other countries. Everywhere you go, you're going to find people who don't want war. They're just people, just like you. The only reason any of this has happened is because of governments. And these governments are all puppeteered by the financial system, the controllers of the financial system. This system is designed to go out, create instability, unnecessary wars, and basically create global turmoil in order to be able to put the people into a state of fear, so that the whole place can be locked down into one huge control grid, one huge police state. That is what they are trying to do. And they think that they're going to get away with it, okay? But really, I mean, you've got to feel sorry for these people, because eventually, doesn't matter how far they repress the society, eventually society is going to wake up and say, hang on a minute, you can't do this. I've got just as much power as you, and the people of the world are going to take their power back. What I've been trying to do with all of these shows is to simply help them see what's coming, so that we can reclaim the power that is rightfully ours now, peacefully and decently, honourably, before we are reduced to a situation where the only option that we have left is all-out civil war, because that is not going to benefit anybody. That's not going to benefit society. It's not going to benefit the planet. It's not going to benefit anybody. It won't benefit anybody from either side, really, when it comes down to it. The people who believe they will benefit from something like that, the elite who believe that they could benefit from some type of civil war or something like that because they could use the event to lock down society, well, these people are simply polarized. These people need healing. These people are locked into negatively polarized energy. It's all about energy. All we have to do, folks, I keep saying it, all we have to do is really look within ourselves, look at each other, look at everybody, stand back and look at the way the world's run, and just look within ourselves and look at each other and see that connection. Look within. the person next to you. Look within their heart. Look within and see that spark of life, that essence of energy that makes that person a human being. And understand that that is the same essence and same energy that exists within you. Connect to that energy. Put yourself in a state of love. Start doing the right thing in all that you do. And the whole world changes. We can simply stand up and say no to this Copenhagen Treaty. We can say no to this global government. We can say no to polluting the environment. If you're working in a factory and your factory is polluting the environment, you need to look within yourself and ask yourself if what you are doing is worth the price.